All right. Well, I'm going to kick things off. Welcome to our Alma Analytics training session. We're going to go over just some basics today. You're going to learn how to navigate analytics, what you can do with it, and how to create a basic report. So, to start us off, just some of the basics that we're going to cover right off the bat. When you don't need analytics, how you get to it, how you navigate when you're in it, and the basic differences between an analysis and a dashboard, which are both things you can create in Alma Analytics. So there are three main points that you need to know about analytics before you even get into analytics. The first is what it is. Analytics is a reporting tool that's used by Alma to allow for the gathering, organization, and analysis of data. But, second point, you don't always need to use analytics to gather Alma data. You can actually do a lot of data gathering just in Alma itself. So, we pop over into Alma. To do your data gathering in Alma, you need to use the search function. So, let's say you wanted to find out how many books were in a specific section of the library. So what you do is you create a search with the parameters that you want. And to do that, you need to use the advanced search function over here. So you select advanced, and then you have a whole bunch of different parameters that you can choose. So actually, let's do this temporary physical location right up at the top. Select art department. And then we can run a search. Nothing in here. But if there was something in here, and even if there isn't, you can actually save this search. You can save the query. And that means whenever you want to, you can come back and it'll save this as a set. You can go into this set of results and pretty much run the search whenever you want without needing to put in all your filters again. And let's try to actually get a search with some results.
Go to Shane and then...
There we go.
Maybe new books.
Let's put everything in the Shane library that's in a temporary location. Or nothing.
That's happened when I've tried to change locations. Sometimes I have to just restart the search.
Ah, lovely. All right, real quick. Real simple search. Titles with a keyword of cat. You ever wanted to know how many titles have a keyword of cat in them in your library? So when you have this search with your results, you can save the query and then you can get to the set anytime in Alma, or you can actually click this button here to export your results. So all the items that are pulled up in a search as an Excel file, and you can work with the data that way. And you can do this for pretty much any data type you can search for in Alma. You can export purchase order line information, invoice information, vendor information, user information. You can save all of these as sets, and you can export all of these as Excel files to work with. So, we jump back into our presentation. And the third point that you need to know about analytics before you even start using analytics is that analytics only reports data. It does not make any changes to that data in Alma. Whatever you do in analytics is not going to affect the data in Alma. And your analytics reports are also only as good as the data that they collect. If there's faulty information entered in Alma, that's going to be collected in your analytics report. So just be aware of that. Now, I'm going to show you how to get to analytics. So if you go into Alma, very simple. All right, so we have our main menu here. And what you want to do is you go under the Analytics menu, and then select Design Analytics. And that will bring you into the main page of Analytics. Now, in Analytics, you start off on a page called My Dashboard. You can customize this page. You can put specific reports on it if you want. I haven't done, I think this is Joe's account. Joe hasn't done that yet, so you start out with a blank page. The real navigation in Analytics comes from this little toolbar up here. So you,
Can you blow the screen up? It's really hard to read.
yes,
The Apple Plus, I think it was.
that better?
Much.
All right. So navigation is done through this top toolbar up here. So we have your home button, take you to your home page. This shows you the recent recent items that you've worked on, and the items that you've worked on the most. So your most popular items. So if you can navigate just quickly between them here. I'm going to skip over catalog for now. Favorites. You can designate specific reports as your favorites. So if you know that you're going to be working in a few reports a whole lot, you can set them as your favorites and then just navigate to them really easily from this top toolbar here, wherever you are in Analytics. Dashboards, same sort of thing. If you create a dashboard, it will show up in here, and you can navigate to it really quickly. And I'll get into the differences between dashboards and analyses, which are your more basic Alma reports, later. So we have new here, pretty self-explanatory. You can create new analytics objects from this menu. And open, also self-explanatory. You open existing analytic objects from this menu. So most of your navigating is probably going to be done through this catalog button here. So when you're in the Alma catalog, you can navigate to any report that you have the permissions to access, whether it be private or public. And just really briefly, most of the navigation is going to be done through this sidebar here. You have My Folders, which is your private work. Only you can see this, only you can edit it, and you can't share it out to Alma because it's private. And then you have your shared folders, which, depending on your permissions, you can access more of them and other people can access them. Alma, this is where Ex Libris has stored canned reports that you can use. The community, this is where you can access reports that have been shared by any institution that uses Alma and has decided to share the reports in this specific area. So Connecticut College, Wesleyan, Trinity, and even places like UConn. You can view reports that were created by those institutions. Then you have this CTW consortium folder. This is the public folder just for your institution. So only people who are logged into your institution's instance of Alma can see reports shared in this folder. Other people from other institutions can't. And then this Legato folder we don't need to worry about because the CTW consortium does not use Legato at this time. And so I guess really briefly before I hand the presentation off to Joe to talk about subject areas, I want to go over the difference between dashboards and analyses. So, an analysis is the basic report in Alma. It's a report that compiles data from, or the basic report in Analytics. It's a report that compiles data from different sources in Alma. Typically, the analyses only feature data from one particular subject area, so fulfillment or acquisitions, although it's possible to get limited data from multiple subject areas in a single report. The default format is a chart. It's an Excel file, although you can make differences. You can make adjustments to this so you can get more advanced graphical representations of your data, but we'll be going into that in session 2 of the training. And then there are dashboards. Dashboards is a tool from Analytics that allows you to view multiple analyses at once. They can be compiled and viewed in the same place. So if you have 2 reports from different subject areas that you want to view the data in together, it's easy to use a dashboard to let you do that. You can also make configurations in the dashboard that will apply to all of your analyses at the same time, but these configurations will not impact the original analysis. It will only impact the view that you see in the dashboard. So that is it for my part. Does anybody have any questions? All right, so I'm going to hand you off to Joe, and he's going to go into more detail about the subject areas that you can utilize in Alma, or in analytics.